Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Beerploma Brew Labs 101. Today we are going to talk about infusing your beers at home. Hey, we're all stuck at home right now, you might be looking for some interesting, fun little experiments to play with. So what we are going to do here is we are going to take a French press, and we're going to take some fresh jalapenos, and we're going to infuse a porter with it. You can use whatever kind of beer style you think is going to work right. If you want to do a cream ale, and try to replicate the jalapeno popper, the West Side popper from Wabasha Brewing, hey, go for it. I'm not going to stop you. But today we're using Bell's Robust Porter for our beer. And, guys, this is the time to be creative. You're stuck at home. Use what you got. If you have grapefruits available, or let's say you have a chocolate bar, crush it up and toss it into the French press. Or let's go with coffee. Hey, that'd be a good addition there. Flaked coconut. Make a nice little coconut porter or stout or whatever else is floating your boat today. So I'm choosing jalapenos just because of the fact I'm kind of curious to see how it works. I also like a good jalapeno porter. So again, we're using the Bells here. So let's see how this works out, huh? So I'm going to switch the camera over here. Okay, so down here I have my jalapenos. I have my French press. Got my glasses. And I've got the beer, of course, the star of the show. All right. We're going to take our jalapenos there. We're going to scoop them in. I'm going to set the... Deanna's right. I need to get a tripod. There we go. So depending on how hot or spicy you like it, I'm keeping the seeds in there. Give it a little bit more of a spice. All right. So my family grew up on the west side of St. Paul. So we love everything spicy. So we're going to pour the beer right on top of it. So for everybody out there watching, you guys have any suggestions of what kind of beers we should do? Anybody got any favorite ones that they would do this with jalapenos? There we go. Got our second one open there. I'm gonna slowly pour that in. Good jalapenos. We're going to let it sit there for a second. Let that head go down. So the reason why I went with a porter, I went with a plain porter, which is a little harder to find these days than you would think, especially if you just wanted a cheap porter in bottles. But we went with Bell's because it was the one we could find. I do like to try to keep it local, but hey, Michigan's pretty local, right? All right. So we are going to let that sit there. We're going to let those, as Andrew Ray likes to say, we're going to let those flavors get to know each other. Go ahead and give me a like if you recognize that reference. All right, so there's our French press. Let's see if we can see some of those. See those jalapenos floating in there. Let that head come down. This would be tasty. A little focus there. Let's try that again. There we go. So any French press will do. I have kind of a bigger French press because we do drink a lot of coffee around here. We tend to use the Chemex these days. So this was a good excuse to bring my French press back out. All right. So, and you can experiment with different lengths of time. I would recommend about 5 minutes at least. And I've never done this before, so this is all brand new for me. So this is going to be quite the experiment. And I do have to give some credit here to a podcast that I listened to called what is it called now? Basic Homebrewing. They were the ones who, and this was several years ago, they did an infusion episode. And hey, if you guys have access to dry hops, you guys can make your own dry hopped beer. If you guys want to make your surly hop bombs even more hoppy. Okay, so we're going to slowly press down on this. Let the beer come up and push all the seeds and all the jalapenos down to the bottom. All right. Now I'm just going to pour a little bit in the glass right here. I'm going to see if we let this fuse long enough. So like I said, this is all an experiment. I've never done this before. I've always wanted to try it. All right. Ooh, hey, that worked. Wait, we got a jalapeno infused porter here. Wow, really spicy. The spice is definitely coming out on it. And we're still getting all that great porter flavor from the Bell's Robust Porter. But definitely, hey, if you guys like a jalapeno infused beer, there we did it. And you can, like, less than 5 minutes, and we got a great tasty beer here. So that's all from Beer Pluma Brew Labs. Prost!